Hi, my name is Mary Granger. I'm with LuLaRoe Mary Granger. I'm an independent fashion consultant, and I'm talking to you from my mobile boutique that I actually built all by myself. I'm here to share with you why LuLaRoe has been one of the biggest blessings in my life, because no matter what I needed at any time in my life, LuLaRoe was exactly what I needed when I needed it in the most unexpected way. So, like most consultants, I never intended of opening up my own business, but life throws you curveballs. And as a mom, you kind of have to go with the flow. So, when my story starts is about a year before I became a consultant. My son was in middle school at the time, and he still has depression. It runs in my family. My grandmother had it, my mother had it, I had it. I knew it was a matter of time before my son would most likely show symptoms of depression. And it did when he was in middle school and puberty hit. And it was devastating because it hit him so hard and it hit him so fast. He was being bullied at school, and unfortunately, it was so bad and not communicated to me by the school because they weren't even aware of how bad it was. He actually tried to take his life at school, and thank God a teacher in between periods who shouldn't have been there came across him at the right time and saved his life, really. Prevented him from doing so. I, at the time, was running a large chain of salon and spas in the Chicago area, which is something I've been doing for years and years. It's my original passion, I guess you could say. But I had to put everything on hold in the sense of I had to find a new job because as most moms know, doctor's appointments don't always jive with family schedules and schools and work, right? Well, I found a new job that I actually really loved, and this was before I was introduced to LuLaRoe, but the schedule wasn't ideal. It was really far away, but it was an ability for me to get my son the help he needed. I wasn't happy where I was at, but it paid the bills, right? One day, one of my friends, out of the blue, messaged me on Facebook. She had newly become a consultant and wanted me to have a Facebook party. Now, this was, again, of course, about 3 years ago. And I was like, sure, I'll help you out. You're my friend. Obviously, as you can see, I am a plus-size woman. So, as many people know, if you're plus size, it's so hard to shop. It's hard to find silhouettes that are good on you, fabrics that are really nice, and pricing that isn't outrageous. In my personal opinion, besides body shaming, I feel like plus women or plus size women are almost penalized and punished by manufacturers because we have to pay 25 to 50%, sometimes 100% more than a traditional body type. And so, like many women, there were certain plus size stores I always went to. You kind of had to wait till it went on sale because their prices are so expensive. So when I threw this party knowing nothing about LuLaRoe and completely online, never even touched a piece, I bought some pieces trepidatiously. I got a bunch of free products because I have 4 sisters. They were helping a sister out, and they wanted me to get some great swag, right? So my order came in, and if you're plus size, you feel me on this. You have this pit in your stomach when items come because you have no idea if they're going to fit or even look good on you because of your size. And I was pretty trepidatious because the price was like too good to be true, in the sense of a t-shirt, $36, plus size women, no. We're lucky if we can get it for $50 on sale at certain large retail plus size stores that I've not mentioned. Anyway, so order comes in, and it was the first time in so long that I put clothes on that made me feel beautiful inside and out. My husband loved, and didn't cost an arm and a leg, and I didn't have to wait for it to go on sale. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for just as a consumer for decades, let's be honest, okay? So I become this religious purchaser of LuLaRoe, and I love it. And I sit down with my husband, and I'm like, oh, I gotta sell this because I want to make women feel beautiful. That's why I work in the spa industry, right? And there are so many plus size women who we feel bad, we feel shamed, we feel guilty for buying clothes in our size. And this is something that's obtainable, and it's beautiful, and it's comfortable. And I know no matter what I pick out, it's going to fit and it's going to look amazing. So I take the plunge, right? Still working my other job. And I have another come to Jesus moment about 2 months after that with my husband going, you know what, with Thomas, my son's, with his medical needs, going to therapists, going to psychologists, adjusting to medications. He was in an inpatient program. He had so much going on. I really had to become a stay-at-home mom. And I was so thankful because LuLaRoe gave me the ability, and honestly the right, and not make it feel like a privilege, the right to be able to stay home as a mom and take care of my son and get him well and get him to where he needs to be. And so when I onboarded, it was October of 2000, is my Chicago accent, 2016. And I leave my job at the end of November of 2016. And for 2 years, I was able to support my family with my husband's income still, and be there for my son to help him learn what it's like to be able to live with mental illness without being ashamed, without being embarrassed, to always have support, to be able to take him where he needs to be, when he needs to be there, and not feel guilty and not feel bad. And that was because of LuLaRoe. I wouldn't have been able to do it with a traditional job, but still staying in that beauty industry where I can make people feel beautiful and confident and amazing. Because let's be honest, when a woman feels beautiful, when they feel confident, we can do anything. So let's fast forward 2 years, and I can show you how LuLaRoe then morphed as my life morphed. Because after 2 years, and now my son's in high school, and he's doing so much better, I still do LuLaRoe full-time, but because I'm a crazy person who loves to help people, and loves to make people feel beautiful, I went back to the spa industry. So I actually have 2 full-time jobs. I help run, again, a chain of spas for the most amazing family in the Chicago area, but I still sell LuLaRoe. But remember, I said LuLaRoe has been there and has been what I needed when I needed. So now I sell LuLaRoe, and of course, because I want to help women feel beautiful and amazing and empowered. But also, I have shifted my business plan, which I never thought was possible. Because now my son is finishing his sophomore year in high school. So now with LuLaRoe, it is not my main source of income. I would say it's equal with my spa income. Okay, a little bit less, because I do put in a few more hours because I do run 5 spas. But now instead of it being going towards helping with household bills, now LuLaRoe has enabled me to be able to focus on paying off credit card debt and saving money so I can give my son another amazing gift because of LuLaRoe. So I can help save and pay for either his college tuition or his trade school tuition or whatever he decides he wants to be when he grows up and puts his own imprint on the world. As I try not to get teared up. That will be because of LuLaRoe. Because mark my words, 2 years from now, he won't. I'll be able to give him the gift. And LuLaRoe really will be giving him the gift of no student loans, not worrying about tuition, not having to have a job while he's at college unless he wants to, and just really focus on becoming the man he wants to be. So that's my amazing LuLaRoe story for my family. But as with many things in life, LuLaRoe has done so much more than I ever thought it could for me. And the biggest example is my mobile boutique. This bad boy, I call him Little Romeo. He's an older bus. He is a Ford 1998, 1998 4050 bus. So he breaks down a lot. So his name's Little Romeo. Sometimes I call him Lazarus because I feel like I always have to resurrect him. But LuLaRoe has shown me I'm able to accomplish so much more than I ever thought. And the best example is this bus, because I bet everything I had on myself, which I had never done before, because I'm always like put others in front of and before me, like most moms, like most spouses, like most best friends. So I threw it all on the line. I was selling LuLaRoe for a year. I just paid off my Mini Cooper, and I'm telling you, I loved that Mini Cooper. And I sold my Mini Cooper for this old but sturdy bus. And I didn't have help turning it into a boutique. Not because I have a husband who doesn't want to help me. I just don't have a mechanically inclined husband. So I bought the bus and I built it all out myself, which is something I never dreamed in my life I would ever do. But I bought a bus. I took out the seats. I ran electrical for lights with no help. I put in racks. I put in heaters. This spring I'm putting in brand new floors. Right now I just have like some cute carpeting, like a runner. And I did that all with no help. And that was my gift to myself on my 40th birthday. Because on my 40th birthday, and that was my goal, and what was really cool is I kind of did it in my VIP group, so they were all kind of rooting for me, and they were helping me, and I would have sales, and I would say, this sale is fixing the suspension, and this, thank you so much for your purchase, you just helped me, buy another 4-foot rack. It was a team communal work, which I love, because I didn't feel like it was me against the world. It was me and my community taking on the world. And that was a gift to myself, because now I can do anything. If I can build a 22-foot mobile boutique all by myself, run electrical, take out seats, put in racks. I took out a wheelchair lift and took it out myself, designed the wrap, put in a heater. If I can do all that with no help except for some amazing people at Home Depot and YouTube, I could do anything. And because LuLaRoe allowed me to challenge myself like that, literally my husband will hear me say at least once a week, if I can build a bus, I can do that. So our refrigerator broke and it needed a whole new motherboard put in. And I'm like, I can do that. My husband's like, no, you can't. And I'm like, I built a bus. If I can build a bus, I can change out a motherboard. So it's given me confidence too. And that's what's great. So I guess what I'm saying is, I went in to LuLaRoe with a hope and a prayer, crossed fingers and crossed toes. And it has allowed me to support my family. And now it's allowing me to help give my son a future. It has given me the wherefore ingenuity and tenacity to say, as Deanne would say, don't fake it till you make it, fake it till you become it. And to me, that's what I think of every time I step on this bus and do a live sale, or take a bus to a farmer's market, or do a personal shopping appointment when I'm not at the spa. Because I can do anything because I have the support, not just of my family, but I have support of other consultants who will swap inventory with me. I have support of home office that just gave me this new bangin' retail site that hands down is better than anything I've ever paid for in the past 2.5 years I've been a consultant. I can do anything that I put my mind to. I have zero doubt. And not only do I know that, my son knows it, and he knows I'll always be there for him because God forbid something happens. I got LuLaRoe. I can shift gears just like that, just like I just did. Going back to the spa, it's just my why changes. And I've never had a job like this before where I can say to myself, without lying to myself, that no matter what life throws at me, I can take it on because of LuLaRoe. Thank you. God bless.